Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to another month of FEH Freebies. Today we are kicking off March with the Arena free ticket reward, and that means we get to start the month off right with a nice guaranteed 5-star, so that is very exciting. We are still trying to save some orbs, especially because I may need to go grab some fodder soon, and I'm hoping that we can get a good amount and hopefully just have some good luck. And so getting freebies is always nice to keep up the morale to save. And we are starting with some blues, which is perfect. What have we got? Who is our first free unit? That's a Brave Lucina, I think, with the Resplendent attire. Yes, pretty solid free pick. She doesn't necessarily need merges, but I do use her a good amount, so it is cool to get. Not quite who I was hoping to see, but definitely one of the units that I actually use, so a above average pull, I would say. Plus defense, that's fine, just a merge. For heroes with ideal skills, we have the Menace, Fallen Edelgard, we have Arthur, and we have Priam. Nothing that I'm too desperate for here. They do have some decent fodder. Attack Speed Ideal and Speed Res Menace. Also Grand Vulture, but we did just get a free Plaguean Torch from Codes. No follow-up, Rouse Speed Def, and then Attack Def Ideal. Pretty good stuff, but nothing that I'm too tripping myself up over to grab right away. So definitely don't need to spend orbs on those. And then Edelgard is still solid. Yeah, she has a lot of counters nowadays, but still a very solid unit. I mean, like, they needed to put counters on everything for a reason, right? So I wouldn't mind getting her. I think we'll go colorless as our main pick, and then green is backup. But yeah, don't need to spend orbs on this. We didn't even get a chance at green anyway, but we'll just hope for a free Fallen Edelgard. And then we'll bounce. Save those orbs. Oh, we got her! Nice! And there you go. That's proof positive that we don't need Edelgard on the Hero Rises banner. I can't believe this is a conversation we're having again a year later, but there we go. Yeah, I haven't gotten to talk about a Hero Rises or anything, but why? Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, she's terrible unit now, everything counters her, but I mean, like, again, they had to put counters on everything for a reason. It's because she's still very strong. If you don't have counters for her, she'll just mow you down. So, you know, I think that I don't think she deserves to be on a Hero Rises, but I think that maybe people have gone a little too far in the opposite direction in totally underselling her as a unit now. I think she's still definitely powerful. But yeah, definitely not a Hero Rises material, no matter how you look at it. Minus attack is a little unfortunate, but, you know, plus res is cool, and again, she was free, and any future copies I'll probably just merge because, like, I'm not desperate for Attack Def Ideal or Armored Stride fodder, so eventually she might just randomly remove that attack flaw, and that'll be cool. But a fantastic free pull. Very, very happy about that, actually. Again, Edelgard wasn't my favorite of the three House of Lords. In fact, she was not my favorite, like my bottom pick. But I used to hate her, but I've grown to respect her, I think. I find her really cool as an antagonist. I don't like her as a protagonist, but I think as an antagonist, she's like S tier. Very cool character. So I've grown to respect Edelgard more, and I think her Fallen version is just super cool all around in terms of like theming and everything. For the rerun of Here With Me, I think we'll just go for Duo Crom. Sadly, he was knocked out of the voting gauntlet, so he will not be on a Hero Rises. I did vote for him one time, I think. He wasn't necessarily my top pick, but he would have been cool to have. I do think that Ophelia offers a little bit more value, generally speaking, since her fodder is better, and you get to still keep her after foddering her, being a rearmed. But Crom is still really cool. And then there's Lucina, who I pulled for on the Engage Cup banner, and I was excited about that. Even though she was coming here, I was like, well, that banner has a spark and this one doesn't, so I'll spend there. And then they went ahead and threw her in the combat manuals for this year, so oops. Well, no way I could have known that, so in the end it doesn't matter too much. But I think we'll just go for red. Yeah, we got one. I was going to say backup, maybe colorless, but there wasn't any colorless, so green would have been my next pick. Don't really need Owain with his fodder, sadly. But we just got a Tharja, not terribly exciting. She saw Robins were here, and she decided to tag along. Uninvited. Begone, Tharja. It's the return of the professor! We are here with Weekly Revival 52, featuring our dear professor, and Big Sis, and Elliewood, and Weekly Revival 11, with Grima, Ishtar, and Lean, who has Firestorm Dance, which just got an upgrade and became a bit more desirable, so interesting timing with that, huh? Yeah, overall pretty good Weekly Revival banners. You know, actually, now that Firestorm Dance got an upgrade, I almost want to pull Lean. I was gonna go for Grima, but having an extra Lean wouldn't be bad just in case I end up with that dance skill eventually. I'm not planning to pull for it specifically, but it wouldn't be bad to have, you know? You never know. Maybe there'll be only, what is it, colorless orbs? Maybe there will only be colorless orbs and I'll be forced into the issue, right? So having an extra Firestorm Dance wouldn't be bad. But, and I have everyone on this batch too. I have everyone on both these. Elliewood's got okay fodder. You know, honestly, I think Professor for more distant counter, chain fodder, and Ruptured Sky is the best choice here. And yeah, like, I kind of want Grima, but Lean is pretty tempting. Even Ishtar isn't bad. I've got a fairly high merged Ishtar. Let's just see what we got. Only greens. Okay. Only greens and a blue, so we'll go green. I slightly prefer Grima to Ishtar, so go for him. But the game said don't even bother with trying for Firestorm Dance. So appreciate it being up front with me and just saying, yeah, you got no chance at that. Just Ross, nothing too exciting. On this one, go for our dear professor. There he is on the red. Well, it may not be him, but we have the actual option this time, unlike the other one where we didn't get any reds. So we just got Null. Much less exciting. Two Sacred Stones characters, though, is interesting. And, but that's not all. We also have the Tempest Trial Focus, and I can't tell if this is good luck or bad luck at this point. I'm sure I'll talk about it more when the actual banner is up, but wow, they really came for me. They've been releasing characters that I like back to back to back to back. I'm so tired, guys. So, yeah, Spring Ash is a thing. And, so for the Tempest banner, we have Bernie, Carla, and Minerva. Just gonna go Bernie. She's the only one with anything remotely good in terms of fodder. So, just pull for her. Get that colorless. See what we got. But yeah, I'm sure I'll talk about the banner a lot more when I actually pull for it. But this is an interesting Tempest banner. Interesting time. Okay, we are here to redeem another free arena ticket. Ignore my orbs. Do not look at those. Censor them. So yeah, once again the orb stash was plundered by a certain little thief over here. He's used lock touch to sneak his way into the orb vault and take them. You guys probably haven't seen that video yet. I think I'm planning to save that one towards the end of the banner. So like, with that said, minor spoiler, I did not plus 10 him with what I had. So trying to get more orbs for him, and that means more saving. So hopefully we get something good. Give us something good. No blues. Colorless or red? Neither of them is that exciting, I think. I think I'd slightly prefer colorless, though. Yeah, red and colorless, neither one were that enticing. Who is that Innis? Yeah, it's Innis. Silly Innis, I didn't buy Fey Pass, I don't get your Resplendent. Why are you here, sir? That is a new character, though, so I guess that is Dragon Flowers. Not the worst thing, but far from the best, sadly. For this month's new power banner, we have both Byleth's, Selkie, and Forsyth. And, pretty solid lineup. I love Selkie. Of course, I love Byleth. And, Forsyth's Refine, I didn't talk about it in my Refine video, but was pretty interesting. But I don't especially have an attachment to him. So I think since we already have the plus 10 male Byleth, I think we'll go for Selkie, try and get a merge for her. But red would still be pretty good as a backup for Ruptured Sky Fodder. So no issue, no reds at all, nothing to worry about. So we'll just pop this colorless and see what we got. And it looks like it's nothing. Gaius, you are not helpful. Begone. For this Hall of Forms Revival banner, just going to go for red, try and get something decent for fodder. Yeah, this and the upcoming Hall of Form Revival options don't particularly interest me, so just taking free stuff. In this case, it's a Laszlo, which is not the Crom I was actually hoping for, but free. For the rerun of Hop and Go Seek, just gonna go green, 2 good units there. If we get the Harmonic, I'm not sure if I want to keep or fodder. Pretty good fodder, but... Oh, we didn't get the Harmonic, but we did get Maria, who is also a very fantastic unit. Pretty cute outfit, too. I like the... I like the dress. Very, very adorable. Man, I really want a summer banner where instead of like swimsuits, they have like sundresses. That'd be really cute. But yeah, very, very nice free pull. Plus HP, minus res. I know she is very like tanky, like physically. So pretty nifty, And what does she have for fodder? Attack, def, push, flow, flight. Yeah, probably just gonna keep her, I think. Nothing that I need to fodder, but still a very welcome freebie. Thank you. Thank you. For weekly revivals 67 and 12, I think we're gonna go for Brave Lucina on this one, Julia as backup. And for this one, I guess Lysithea, because Time Pulse fodder would be good to have, and then probably Bernie because she has the next best fodder, but yeah, well, there's no blues here, which is unfortunate, but we will pull green, try and get that Julia, or a Rickon would be great. No, I don't need fancy expensive guard fodder. And then for this one, yeah, red, never mind. Colorless as backup. And it's nothing. Just a Klein. I have so much Deathblow fodder, I don't need more. For Legendary and Mythic Hero Remix banners, we have Celica and Milla, and neither of these have units that I'm that desperate for. There are a few that I wouldn't mind picking up, like Hilda or Bramimond. And on this one we have Actually, I have everyone except Ephraim, and I don't desperately want him, but yeah, most of these just don't interest me that much. I kind of want Bramimond, but sharing with Air, she only has attack, res, unity, and mystic boost, which is okay, but not something I'm desperate for. Celica has the better Swift Sparrow 3 and attack, speed, menace, and she's sharing with Hilda, which is, I think, better to go for. So I think I'll pull green on this one, and then on this one, probably blue just to try and get Ephraim to complete the set, because the legendary bonus thing for Arena that they changed makes having an Ephraim kind of valuable. But we'll pull this green. What do we got? Just a Frederick. Not too exciting. No thank you. And then this one, yeah, blue, if there is one. There we go. And just a Claire. 2 old demote units with anti-armor weapons. Very exciting, very thrilling. Another arena reward. Let's go blue, blue, blue. Yay, blue. Come on. Dimitri, Azura. There's some good stuff in blue that I would be happy with. That's a Luton. That is not one of them. What a shame. Prodigy. Prodigy of having terrible fodder, maybe. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. What does she even have? Yeah, rally, attack, res, not even plus. And res ploy. Different era when this was considered like a... Because, like, remember, Far-Fetched Heroes was like a, like, pseudo CYL. This was considered like a pseudo Brave unit at the time. Terrible. No thank you. For the rerun of Willful Rabbits, I think we'll just go colorless to try and get the Harmonic, although red isn't bad on backup. Before we got the Arcane Lance, I really wanted a Minerva so that I could get Springy Lance for Hilda, because it's one of the very few weapons that gives attack and speed, and neutralizing penalties isn't terrible, but now that we got the Arcane Lance, I don't think I need that anymore. So we will pull colorless. Sweet, got one. And just try and free pull the Harmonic. And then if I don't end up liking the Harmonic, I could give her skill to Garen, but instead we got Karagi, which honestly, still pretty excited about. I like Karagi. Having the option to have more merges isn't bad. So, pretty good as far as 4 stars go. What is your fodder anyway? I forgot. Swift Sparrow, drive speed, yeah. Not terribly great fodder by this point, but a merge is a merge if I want to merge him up eventually, so can't complain. For this month's new heroes banner, we have this. I am underwhelmed. Once again, it is not the expected engage banner. It is a Sacred Stones banner, and can't say I'm particularly excited about this one. We have another demote Lance Flyer, just what everyone was waiting for. She does come with, I think this is a non-seasonal version of the Springy Lance, which is one of the few lances that increases speed, so kind of nifty in that regard that it's a bit more easy to obtain. And Speed Res Oath and Attack Res Catch are at least kind of nice fodder to spice up the common pool, even if they're not the most in-demand skills. It's a little more exciting than some of the other skills that we've gotten recently, I feel, so that's cool, I guess. Our premium Sword Flyer here has Speed Res Catch 4 and Pegasus Flight 4, and again, I am saying stop trying to make Pegasus Flight happen. Her sword is really annoying. It was annoying in the story chapter, but otherwise not terribly interested in her. I can't think of who I would really want Speed Res Catch and Pegasus Flight on anyway, so maybe Morgan, but I feel like she's still got better options. So just kind of okay. And then we have, sharing with the demote, we have Gilliam, who is a Lance Armor with a pretty interesting lance. It has an effect that grants IOT shield to flyers. It is an interesting choice that could open some team comps, but I feel if you're already going to the trouble of running an armor to protect your flyers, why not just run a far save armor who can tank the archers for them anyway? Kind of weird choice, but at least he does have a interesting niche that can't really be replicated by other armors, I guess. He also comes with Sturdy Stance, AD Near Save, and the new Vengeful Fighter 4, which seems pretty stacked. I'd need to compare it against like Crafty Fighter and see if I'd prefer this for to do eventually, but seems very powerful as an option. And then finally, our rearmed hero this time is Tana for some reason. IS seems to think she's more popular than she actually is because her CYL results don't tend to be very good. So I don't know why they push her that hard aside from being the cute girl, but she is here as our newest rearmed hero. With a actually very interesting set of skills to fodder. She has attack speed unity, Deadeye, guidance, and the new arcane bow. And all of this adds up to a interesting selection of fodder that is perfect for the new flying demote, Spring Ash. Except for the fact that they forgot to give him a bow and they gave him a dagger instead, so he cannot use this. This is very disappointing because he could literally take all of these skills and have a really nice niche, but because he's a dagger, he can't get the bow, he can't get the Deadeye, and without those, I don't think it's worth getting attack speed unity and guidance only without getting the bow, because the bow is the most important thing here. So that's very disappointing, because otherwise guidance 4 and attack speed unity would go really well on him. And funny enough, I feel like that is a general problem. There aren't a ton of flying archers who I feel want the bow. Like the main other flying archer that comes to mind is Claude, who probably doesn't want to give up his pref for this on either his Brave or Legendary version. And then a lot of the other archers can't really make use of the guidance skill, so just awkward choice all around. There are some other flying archers like Summer Alencia and like New Year's Fjorm, but I don't know, just kind of weird timing I feel like with her. The main units that are coming to mind that would like guidance right now can't really use the bow or don't want the bow, and then all the units that want the bow can't use the guidance, so weird choice. So anyway, I'm very disappointed. I really wanted an arcane bow for Ash, but then they made him a dagger, so he can't use it. And now I don't really know who I want this bow on. Like, it does seem interesting, but maybe Ignatz could use it. He could also use the attack speed unity, but he still wouldn't be getting the Deadeye because I already gave him that, and he can't use the guidance, so I don't know. It just seems disappointing. But she is going to be our target for the free summons, but as excited as I was for a potential arcane bow, this is not something I'm interested in chasing at the moment because no one I have can really make great use of her kit at the moment, so we'll just do our free pulls and then save our orbs. But yeah, pull those colorless, blue is backup, and yeah, if we get the free pull on the bow, might just save that for, might use it for Ignatz or might just save it. I feel like Klein, I could just keep his prep New Year's Corrin could maybe use it, but I like him being more of a support role because he's kind of outclassed at this point as an offensive unit. Maybe Kuragi if I want to build him, but I'm still not sure on that. So, yeah, and every one of them still isn't getting use of the full kit either, so. Just a sad thing with the Arcane Bow kit. If only they had made Ash a bow unit like I had wanted. They could have kept him flying, they could have even kept him red, but if they'd made him a bow unit, he'd be very enticing to pick up this bow for. Anyway, yeah, this banner, not terribly exciting. I feel like at this point, by the time they actually drop the engage characters, I'll have lost interest. Male Alir is literally waiting like 3 months after everyone else got in to even have a chance at getting in. And to end our wheels, we have no colorless, so I guess we'll pull a red. Not even a blue is the backup color, so kind of a worst case scenario wheel here. End it with a Soleil. Love her, but she is not helping this. Disappointing pulls for a very disappointing banner. For weekly revival 53 and 13, don't have a huge preference on this one. Yeah, Selka's Deathblow 4, Veronica has Wrathful Staff, I guess, and Ephraim has Special Fighter. I think Ephraim is probably the most valuable, but he's still not super valuable to me. I've got Special Fighter stocked up. And on this one, I feel like I technically should go for Female Byleth for Ruptured Sky Fodder, but I kind of just want to try for a Dimitri merge. But on this one, let's go ahead and... well, no green, no red, so colorless it is. We could honestly just pull the blue, because again, I don't really need Veronica, but... just Alyssa. Yeah, not too desperate for any of these. I did really want Dimitri merges, but now I think I'll just go for his Brave version eventually. But still wouldn't mind a merge for him. We could have a race between the Dimitris. They're tied up at the moment, and it looks like regular Dimitri is not going to pull ahead this time. He will remain tied for now. For the Familial Festivities rerun, I think we'll just go for Duo Iden. Not particularly desperate for any of these. Blue is probably our backup color, but we will hope for a red orb. I actually completely forgot that Iden had a spring alt. Yeah, I completely blanked on that. Probably because her Ascendant form already kind of looks like a spring alt to me. So it was just like, oh yeah, she has that version, so why would they do a spring one? But nope, she does have one, and we now have another Olivia. Just what I was hoping for. Hooray. For heroes with stance skills, we have our man Dedu. We are trying to get a copy of him. Backup, if there's no greens, probably Lady Rhea. Ronin, I kind of wanted a while back to give Swift Stance to my Plaguean Chris, but I don't really need it anymore. So would really just rather get that potential Dedu merge. Almost want to pull that second green, but I really don't have the orbs to commit to it right now, so let's just grab this one. That's not Dedu. This is another big guy, but it is not our boy Dedu. What did you even have? Earth Boost, oh yes. Thrilling, thank you. At long last, we have this year's A Hero Rises banner, featuring Legendary Veronica, Rearmed Ophelia, Ninja Camilla, and the big bad Demon King, the winner of the event Femortis. 3 reds and 1 colorless. Funny enough, because Femortis won, if you are fine with a one-off copy like I am, you actually can just ignore him completely and just snipe red, which is actually pretty solid if you want these ladies here. And I already have Camilla as well, so kind of devalues that a little bit. I'm not really in a good position to spend. It's a little unfortunate. It is a pretty solid lineup, honestly. Even Camilla could be good. I wouldn't mind even just saving her for merge if I didn't find anyone to fodder her to. But all these are solid units. Ophelia, especially with her special spiral, is kind of tempting, but again, I'm just not really in a great position to drop orbs here. So we're just going to take a red, but first we're going to come over here and just go ahead and grab our... I thought there was going to be a... I thought it was going to show the summoning screen, but it did not. So, well, put them on the side of the screen anyway. There's Femortis. But yeah, overall, solid picks. Not my ideal lineup. I was really hoping to get Robin on here so that I could get AS near save for Hilda, but alas, no such luck. Have to wait for her to get a normal rerun. But overall, still pretty solid among the options. We're just going to take the red. Fortunately, we did get 1. But we're going to pull this red and then we will bounce. But yeah, overall very solid banner if you have the orbs to spend. Seth is not the A Hero Rises winner, no matter how much he wants to pretend he is. Very unfortunate summon there, but yeah, the reds are pretty solid if you have the orbs to spend. Who knows, maybe at the end of the banner, since this does last 30 days, maybe we'll come back to try and get an Ophelia. I don't really need her right now, but her fodder could be good, so we will see. Our new Hall of Forms banner includes Gustav and Henriette and Levatine, her ninja version, and I think we're going to go green. It's got 2 good units on there. And I've never had Levatine, so I think she's who we'd prefer. Not that Henriette or Gustav are bad by any means. They still have pretty good fodder, so getting either of them would still be pretty nice. But, well, no chances at Henriette anyway. And just 1 green orb. Hope for a Levatine, but nothing. Just a Rochi. No thank you. Not great. However, we are not walking out empty-handed because we still get a free 5-star with our arena tickets. So let's go ahead and redeem those. Well, no blues, no chances at Dimitri or Azura or anything else that I was super interested in, but we will pull green and see what we get. Oh, Hilda! Hilda! Pretty cool character. Still need to build her winter version, waiting on fodder for that. But we got her regular version, so that's nifty. Not as helpful, but still pretty cool. For Tibarn and Nyla's battle, I think we're going to go for blue for Nyla, for, well, I was going to say for Chain Inheritance fodder for Distant Counter, but I guess we'll go Tibarn as our backup. But I wanted an excuse to pull blue. There's no blue. How could you? Bah. Laszlo. I don't need more noontime. For Weekly Revivals 68 and 14, one of my lucky numbers, don't desperately need any of these. On this banner, I think I'll go Rinka just because I don't really need Distant Foil fodder, but it wouldn't be terrible to have around. And then on this banner, I think we'll go for Takumi. So let's go ahead and start with that. There's a colorless, nice. Extra close counter fodder wouldn't be bad to have as well for chain inheritance and stuff. And instead we just got a Norn, who could use the close counter pretty well, but won't be building her. And then on this one we're gonna go green, probably blue as backup. Well, I guess we will go red for Midori then. And what have we got? Anything interesting? Oh, a corn boy! He looks very dashing, although I would have still preferred a Crom for Aether. Thanks, Corin. For Regal Rabbits, I think we're just going to go green for Veronica. I had a lot of fun, surprisingly, using her in the Hall of Forms that featured her a little while back. So, with her refined, she was actually kind of nifty, so wouldn't mind having her, but instead we got another Orochi. Stop. I don't need more Orochis. I do not like her, and she does not have fodder that I need. Please leave. For this month's voting gauntlet, we have the Divine Hair Duels banner, which is an interesting theme. We had a similar hair-themed voting gauntlet a few years back, but for some reason this time they brought Papa Garen. I'm not sure why, but I know whose team I'll be on. But for this banner, I think I want to try and free pull Alear. She does have pretty solid fodder. I originally wanted to put all of this on Byleth, and I still could, though with his refine, I think he'd probably rather have Time Pulse 4 and attack speed finish than attack speed ideal and speed smoke, but still could be nifty. If not, I could probably put it on like maybe Ninja Korin or maybe even base Korin. There are a lot of units who could use this fodder for sure, so and I do have everything to chain fodder that. I do have close call fodder on hand, so we're just going to pull a red if one pops up. If not, probably green, but we did get red, no greens. That second red is almost tempting, but I do need to save, try and get Ash, so we will just pop this one and get a Tharja instead. Boo, not very good. That's fine. Again, I did want it for Byleth, but now I don't even think it's necessarily the best kit for him, so it's fine. For Hairs at the Fair, I think we'll just pop green. Most interested in Sharena, since she's got a pref. Poor Alphonse doesn't get one, but he's also got better new versions, so I think he's fine. I actually forgot that Sharena even had a seasonal alt. For some reason, I wonder why. I completely forgot that she had any alts besides being the second half of New Year's Alphonse's alt, so at least she's got this. But really, we need a new Sharena alt, I feel. Sweet, one green. If we didn't get any greens, blue would have been backup, but glad we got a green at least. Try and get Sharena. Said we got Arthur. Bah. I don't need swap fodder. Once again, another arena ticket. Hopefully something better than last time. Come on, Dimitri or Azura. Something cool, please. Oh, Tsubasa, I think? Yes. Not really what I was hoping for, but I think she's got a refine in the nearish future, so maybe she'll be good. Could also maybe put like Blade Session on someone, I guess, but yeah, okay unit, might just merge. Not what I was hoping for, but better than some of the other things we could have gotten, so cool, I guess. For Heroes with Glimmer, we have Pent, Monica, and Yuri. Funny timing there, huh? All pretty good, all have pretty good fodder. Yuri with that Times Pulse, pretty nice to have. Pent also has it, and Lull Attack Res. Man, if I had known that he was going to rerun so soon, I would have held off and pulled for him on this banner, but what can you do, right? And then finally, Monica, who I think is who I'm going to go for with attack speed ideal and speed res tempo. She would also give dragon flowers. So I think we'll just try for a blue. Her tempo would be nice to potentially put on maybe Male Morgan or maybe like Rickon. I'm not sure, but instead we just got a Tatiana. Not terribly exciting, but at least it's someone I haven't seen as much as some of the other units, so that's something. Finally, to end the month, we have the newest legendary hero, and it is Yuri. As I mentioned, kind of funny timing here with the heroes with Glimmer Banner, but Yuri has received a legendary version. Not too surprising, although I kind of didn't expect to see him yet, though. Now that I think about it, it has actually been a long time since his base kit, so I guess it's not too out of the ordinary, but yeah, this banner looks solid. He has the new attack speed Hexblade that a lot of people seem very interested in. I was really excited too, although it is infantry locked. I expected that, but I was kind of hoping that Ash would be able to use it, but alas, no luck. It is still an interesting A slot, but I think for a lot of units, it's still going to have a bit of a difficult time competing with Finish skills. Finish is just kind of nutty, but it does seem interesting, so something worth keeping an eye on. He also has Seal Speed 4, which isn't a bad throw-in, but otherwise he's not really looking too crazy compared to his base version. He seems fairly similar, definitely an upgrade, but not something wildly different like Legendary Robin was compared to his base version. So still very cool unit, would love to have him. Would also love to have the option for Hexblade. I did consider it on Byleth, but I think with Byleth's Refine, they want to just be spamming their special more. So I think Finish just synergizes better for Byleth, but Hexblade is an interesting option at least. He is sharing with Embla and Sigurd, who would also be both pretty good pickups. The rest of these, Note is okay. Rice Load here has attack speed hold, which would be nice for Camilla at least. Harden is okay fodder. Green has Ninian, who's really good still. Otar isn't bad. Air, kind of similar, not bad, but she is common pool. And then finally, colorless, we got Goto, Asker, and Medius. Overall, I would say this is a pretty solid lineup across the board. Blue is probably the weakest color, but for me personally, I still could get use out of attack speed hold for Camilla. But definitely want to just try and pull a red. If there's no reds, I think colorless is probably next best for me. But we'll just hope for a red. There we go, one red, perfect. Just take that and then we will bounce. Yuri does seem interesting, but not really a must pull. And it looks like we're not getting anything too exciting yet, just an Erica to end things. So not a great end to the month, but we did have some good luck early on with like the Fallen Edelgard, so can't be too upset. Overall, definitely a slightly less exciting month though. Even our 4-star specials, we got like that loot that I just wasn't terribly excited about. But sometimes you just have months like that, so no big deal. Anyway, thank you guys as always so much for watching, joining me on another month of free summons. Best of luck to you guys on your pulls, whether they be free or otherwise, and whether they be on this or any of the other current or upcoming banners. And until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon, signing out.